Good day, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Military and Foreign Affairs Network. I am your host, the voice of reason. Well, you can see the upside down United States of America, or United States of America. So, is this another lesson in insanity? Maybe. Are any of you watching what is happening politically here in the United States? For the first time in history, law enforcement arms of the United States government are being used against political opponents for political reasons. The governmental agencies in the United States, some of these large governmental agencies, namely the Department of Justice, does not want to see Donald Trump reelected. Obviously, the Democrat Party does not want to see Donald Trump even run for the presidency. The Democrat Party would like to see a unitary one-party state. That is the end goal right now. Now, if we compare and we contrast what's happening right now with Donald Trump to say what occurred with Hillary Clinton. Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, essentially, allegedly, did the same thing. All presidents, and contrary to popular belief, Hillary Clinton was not a president, have retained, quote-unquote, classified documents. Now, if we look at what Trump had in his possession at Mar-a-Lago versus what Hillary Clinton maintained on servers, private servers, is astronomically higher than what President Trump maintained in terms of classified documents. Do you understand what is happening here? I mean, the hypocrisy, for one, is just off the chart. The concept of right and wrong is essentially gone. Gone. Doesn't exist anymore in the political spectrum here in the United States. Hillary Clinton had private servers in which she kept thousands upon thousands of classified and above classified material. Compounding that, she was never authorized to declassify any of this material, where President Trump was. He had that ability. But more importantly, Hillary Clinton transmitted this information to other persons, including criminals. Anthony Weiner, in possession of some of the same classified material that Hillary Clinton possessed on her servers. Compounding that, once she was caught, she attempted to hide what she was doing with these thousands and thousands and thousands of documents on her own private hard drive. Incredible. Joe Biden, same thing. Barack Obama, same thing. But who is the FBI going after? Going after Donald Trump. They do not want to see this man run again for office. Now the problem is you have half the country that would like to see Donald Trump run again. The FBI is essentially destroying itself at this very moment while it's being used as a tool for the Democrats. And this is just the beginning. The FBI has crossed the Rubicon. We are now seeing, and this has not been seen before, law enforcement agencies being used as a political tool by the Democrats. And it is incredibly concerning. Where this ends, one does not know. And I would assume that this is just the start. This is just the start of something incredibly ominous. I talked about the election cycles. If the United States is going to end as an entity, as these United States of America, it is going to end during the election cycles. Many Americans are now calling in the question of the election process, of our quote-unquote democracy, or rather our representative republic. I want to share just a quick story about my experience in the last election, and then I'm going to call it quits for the day. But that election night, when Trump was allegedly defeated and Biden was elected president by the most votes of any president in history, that night, when I went to bed, probably 11 o'clock, Donald Trump was ahead. In any previous election, when I had gone to bed and that person was ahead that night, in all likelihood, based on my experience through other elections and many of them, then that person would win. I went to bed that night believing that President Trump would remain in office. And then I woke up the next morning and that apparently was not the case. But that evening when I went to vote, I actually dropped off my ballot. And when I went to my election site, I noticed something that had me asking questions to myself, like, what is going on here? Well, I pulled up into the election site where you drop off all the ballots. And obviously you could mail this ballot in, or you could physically turn it in, or you could go in and vote. But when I pulled up, I was attempting to park and couldn't find a parking place, so I pulled up near the side thinking that I would just park illegally and run up and drop it off. And I ended up not doing that, but I parked behind this car, and to the right of the car was this large, obese, dark-skinned female who, as I pulled up, reached into the car that was in front of me and took out a stack that was about 6 inches thick of ballots. She grabbed them out of the car, ran up, dumped them into the where you drop off the ballots. And I was like, that's interesting. And you can, in the state that I live in, you can drop off multiple ballots. Now, is that right? Is that wrong? You be the judge. In the past, when you voted, up until recently, in the last few election cycles, you would physically walk up and you would vote. And obviously, I know things change. And then when I finally did park and walk back up to the drop-off site, another car pulls up, and the same obese, dark-skinned female with a tattoo on her neck, I remember this girl, grabbed another stack of ballots out of another car that pulled up and dropped them off, tossed them into the bin. That's just my story, what I saw that night. But I went home asking questions to myself. What is going on? I've never seen that before. It was strange. It wasn't normal. That's all I got for today. Have a good day.